YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back in Total War Rome 2. This is the Macedon campaign, right where we left off. They must get a bonus for defending, because now look at the auto-resolve, it's changed quite a bit. And they have sallied out against me the way that I wanted them to, so we're going to fight them. And hopefully destroy them. I don't see why we won't be able to. They do have a significant number of skirmishers, which means my pikes will be in some danger. Plus they have a lot of ballista, but their infantry is extremely weak. And I think with some concentrated effort, I can get some cav in where it belongs and pretty quickly start destroying their army. I'm going to spread my pikes relatively thin, just to make it harder for the computer to outflank me. Not crazy thin, but I'm going to make them spread pretty thin. Slingers will stay back here on fire at will. And then my Agriani and Axemen, I'm going to actually leave them back here off skirmish and fire at will as kind of an extra support unit in case I get outflanked. Let's put a couple of these hoplites over here. And then let's get our men ready. That should work. So I've got hoplites on the flanks, pikes in the center, skirmishers to the rear. And I'm going to take my citizen cav, split down the flanks. And I'm going to keep my Sarissa cav and companion cav in the center just to start with, and then I'll take them around the flank at the right moment as well. Ooh, what in the world is that?
If we are victorious and live, I will sacrifice to Zeus and Ares for the enemy reinforcements approaching.
Okay, they're attacking me, but I do want to rush towards them because I want to take out their ballista. And any moment now I expect them to see me and for me to come under pretty substantial ballista fire. There's two of the ballista right now. Fortunately for me, though, I do think ballista have been nerfed as far as their accuracy, which should bode well for me. That noble horse is a problem for my citizen cav, so let's go ahead and split my companions that way. More ballista on this flank. The artillery fire is coming at my main infantry line, though, so that's acceptable. And look at this, the AI just left their ballista wide open. Just bypassed.
General! Our hidden units have been discovered.
Yeah, AI is coming straight at me. Yeah, let's get my skirmishers back here.
Citizen cavalry! Forward!
Okay, some of the enemy cavalry got behind me. Not particularly concerned at the moment. And I'm not sure where their noble horse ended up at. I don't see it behind me, so I'm going to let my pikes do their job. I did not get my hoplites into a hoplite wall, which is unfortunate. Let's take my Agrianians where they might perhaps do some good. Let's hammer and anvil these mercenary Celtic troops real quick. There's the noble horse. Okay. Enemy light horse should be dead. Now let's start finishing off some of these skirmishers. And I'm not worried about my infantry because I don't think the enemy had any infantry really capable of destroying my infantry. I'm gonna pull my citizen cav away from this fight, let my companion cav stand in, and then I'll come around for a rear charge. It looks like I've caught most of their skirmishers now as well. Cease fire with my slingers. And let's take these hoplites out of formation. Follow them up on a rear charge. They didn't really have time to get any speed going, but can engage the back of these spearmen. Out of formation attack. They're heavy enough units that ought to go pretty well for me. And all of my infantry appear to be doing well. There are some levy freemen wandering around over here that I'm going to use my hoplites to pin down so they don't kill my cav. Looks like some reinforcing troops coming in back here too. So have to watch out for my cav with them. Let's just finish off the enemy general real quick. And let's keep my infantry where they're at for now. That enemy noble horse is under a considerable beating, and still time for these levy freemen to come over.
The enemy general is dead.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and vacate this area before too many reinforcements are on top of me.
As you command.
I'm gonna actually see if we can finish off all of these levy freemen here. I took some damage to my pikemen, but not a considerable amount of damage. And it looks like the enemy is pretty much finished at this point. The reinforcing troops are on the way, so I'm gonna let them march up to my infantry. My cavalry is sticking around killing all the fleeing troops. It's kind of annoying. They pretty much resist your orders to move, as long as there's enemy troops that they're still engaged with. Use my slingers to start tearing down some of these reinforcements.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
These guys should come under slinger fire here at any moment. There it is. Man, that's gotta hurt. Get hit by a stone on a freezing cold day, as if getting hit by a sling stone wouldn't hurt anyway. Why did my general not finish pulling back? I'm going to reform my pikes because their formation was a little bit screwy. Hopefully they get their pikes back down in time. Looks like they will. And let's take out these Celtic skirmishers. Bring my general around. And then a couple of my melee cav. And probably my hoplites as well. Yeah, enemy infantry is getting fixed on my pikes once again. Seems to be a pretty common mistake for the AI. I'm going to threaten their flank here.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Going to hoplite phalanx because I'm getting charged by axe warriors. And let's bring this general down here. Yeah, those axe warriors are going to have a hard time grinding through my phalanx, especially since it has so many chevrons and they're suffering from army loss issues here. So that's going to be a pretty substantial beating delivered to the Heirofcarthage, whatever it is. I guess it depends on which language the base is. Not that I would know how to pronounce it either way. We managed to destroy their ballista, destroy their army, and take their settlement with actually relatively minor losses here. So the hoplites with all these chevrons are actually very strong. It's not going to be an easy unit for the AI to destroy. And there is blackmail against me. I'm not going to spend 8,000 countering the rumors, so whatever. It probably helps balance the political stuff better anyway because my influence was a little too high. So I'll just allow them to blackmail my character and take away some gravitas. Alright, let's see. Gonna auto-resolve this. Hopefully not losing any of my troops. So we now control this entire province of Pannonia, which was one of my goals, and that's quite good. I think there was, the other province that I wanted to control here, Dacia. So that's going to be my next goal. We'll want to take these two settlements, one from the Bastarnae and one from the Apuli. And I'm still kind of thinking again about where I want to go over here next. I do think that fighting the Arverni would be an interesting challenge. It makes me wonder if I could get Liguria and the Veneti are now my client states. I wonder if I could get these guys to join up against the Arverni and see how that goes. We'll have to see how Carthage feels towards them. That might be an interesting piece of information to figure out. Let's go ahead and take care of these buildings first. And build another farm there. I've already got one of these gathering place, so I'm going to build one more agricultural building farm, and I'll turn this one into the one that speeds up retraining. And I might just go ahead and do this one, because I don't need a lot of Hellenic influence at this point. And that one gives me a little more wealth. And we can upgrade this building. And why not just run the, well, yeah, let's just go ahead and finish it off and upgrade that library while we're at it. Yeah, we're taking control of all these regions up here, which is rather nice. Definitely contributing to a nice high income at the moment. Let's take a look at diplomacy and kind of see how the Arverni pan out. They're not at war with Carthage, and they are at war with the Helvetii. They're not at war with Liguria, but we might be able to pay Liguria off and see if they wish to join us. I know that we can at least move through Veneti lands to take Medlon and then move to Octaduran. We could sail a fleet to Massalia. A whole bunch of options that we have here. In fact, why don't we go ahead and build up a little bit of a fleet here. Well, I could do that if I had the right building for building up a fleet. I'm going to have to trade over one of those harbors for a shipwright so that we can take care of that. And let's see, the Heralds of Feces. They have leveled up. +1 experience, campaign morale for units in foreign territory. That's not bad. Get extra campaign movement. What do we do here? Increased damage for spearmen here. I'm going to do that because I have a lot of spearmen in that army. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot about the general. I'm going to open up Dread. It just still seems like a good one to have. And it looks like we can end yet another turn. Seems like we're expanding nicely here. Don't have too many fronts open. Economy's good. This is not typical for me to be in a somewhat powerful situation like this. I guess it could change pretty quickly, though, if a few things turned against me. Oh, they weren't completely destroyed. We need to finish them off. They must have had an army off somewhere else. Looks like mine's still retraining and they're outside of my range. They're force marching, so I'll let them come in closer before I decide to do anything about them. So let's walk through our provinces again and take a look at buildings that ought to be upgraded. No reason not to here. Just extra public order and wealth. Oh, I wanted to swap this building over to, let's see, Tower Pantera's archers, Missile Pantera's archers, assault ships, light peltists. I'm going to start with this military wharf, actually. So, these buildings are awesome. I mean, they're expensive, but it just gives you more wealth and a nice little public order bonus on top of it. Makes a whole lot of sense to have these buildings. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade the town center there. And then I'm going to upgrade the military, or the hoplite barracks here. This is great to adding folks to your... And Eotter would actually be a pretty tough little place to take, it looks like. 2 citizen cav, 2 levy pikes, pike, militia hoplites, and 2 slingers. It's got a bigger defense than the provincial capital because of the buildings that I have there. I like the new garrison forces. They really seem to be more helpful, but not really be overpowered at the same time, which is nice, of course. No one really wants them to be overpowered. Well, I mean, unless it's your garrison. If it's the enemy garrison, of course, no one wants it to be overpowered. Okay, I think that'll do for now, and just because I can, I think I'm going to upgrade this skirmisher camp in Pella. And we are good. Let's end this turn. Ready to go move against the factions in Dacia. So as soon as we get rid of this remaining forces from the Iraviski, we'll take them out and move against Dacia. Let's see, where are they at? Oh, they're moving towards this army,
We hunger
which is
for
good.
battle.
We can destroy them right here. They're in forced march, which means this will be an easy knockout. So, just gonna murder those guys. And now their faction is extinct.
Commander.
And then I could move. I don't see any reason why not to just come this way.
Advance. At ease, men.
Looks like some of our buildings are finished here, so I think one of these was going to be the grain pits, and the other one was going to be another farm. Plus, I have this agricultural building here, so this province really provided me with a lot of extra food, which means I can continue to upgrade my buildings at will, and take advantage of that. Let's take our spy and go start sizing up the Arverni a little. Just kind of see what we can spot marching through their lands. Get some intelligence. I need to put this agent into her agent stance. This army does have a champion in it. Holy crap, look at all the chevrons he's imparting. We got this Thessalian cat with 55 attack. Royal Peltas with 82 and 58 weapon damage. 115 base morale. Yeah. Champions, very much worth it. And it looks like I have one dignitary that I could recruit and make use of. I'm going to do that here. Dignitary. +2 research rate. Merchant payoff. There we go. Okay. And I'm excited to go start taking Dacia as well. This champion's now level 10, so he is maxed out. So he ought to be quite good at military training and pretty good at coercing enemy agents into our service, which means that he is now a very helpful character. Okay, this army is nearly retrained as well. I'm going to leave it in a kink for the time being, though.
At your command.
I'd like to kind of gain some more experience with this army. Let's go ahead and scout ahead. Pretty good size army here from the Apuli. Let's poison their provisions. Oh, we failed. Well, it's a good thing I'm not ready to invade them yet, but I'm definitely going to start ticking them off, no doubt, with my poisoning. Looks like this general has leveled up here as well. I'm going to give him the +1 zeal. And then let's go down the zeal tree, make him even more zealous. My income just shot up over 10,000 talents per turn, which is a great number. It could go a lot higher still, but definitely not a bad place to be right now. I doubt there's any other factions experiencing the same type of wealth at the moment.
We hunger for battle.
And we are getting really close to moving on these guys. The next turn we should move on them. There we go. Successfully poisoned those wells. This spy has not really leveled up at all, which is why I was not successful in the first run. And it looks like my buildings are coming along nicely in this province. There's probably a little bit of lingering unrest due to different culture, but that'll fade over time. Just get all those buildings upgraded so that this province is as productive as possible for me. It looks like we can expand at Velothri and Ariminum. And let's go ahead and Perioikoi camp. Yeah, we'll just start dropping money on these buildings. There's really no reason not to. At this point, I've got plenty of food, plenty of money. So let's get our infrastructure tanked out. Absolutely no reason not to. Alright. This agent has leveled up. Very good. He'll be a lot better at training troops here soon. Oh, I forgot about my spy going into Gaul territory. We'll just kind of take him on a tour of Gaul, get us an idea of what type of resistance we may face.
All would surely benefit
No.
if we act.
In case you didn't notice, I poisoned your army. I obviously have other things in mind. And, there are some Gallic armies there. Another large Gallic force there. So we'll just keep on moving through. So the Gauls have some forces and quite a bit of territory there. So if we are going to attack them, we're going to need to be quite serious about it. And at this point, we can attack the Apuli. The Bastarnai have an agent down there. I wonder if they intend to assist them. I'm going to try and poison their provisions again. We were successful.
Success is all I want.
Looks like they have mostly spears with a couple of Falksmen. I believe we have the capability to take this city. And I have not done much research on sieging yet at this point, but I think it might be fun to actually assault the city. Let's go ahead and assault. I'm always doing open field battles where I starve them out, so let's do an actual siege battle. I'll probably take quite a few losses to arrow towers, but this will be fun. I've got archers to screen my men's approach, and then my swordsmen ought to do quite well against their spearmen. And I don't think these guys are really capable of stopping my ladders from moving up. Let's see. Start the deployment. Let's pick our point of attack. I'd like to capture that gatehouse pretty much straightway.
Thorax swordsman! Hades can wait! Royal Thorax swordsman!
You are not Royal Thorax swords. I think I've explained this before, but you seem to forget.
Thorax swordsman!
Okay, let's get the rest of our Thorax swords. Oh, I've got my shield bearers as well.
Swords! Missile infantry at your command.
Okay,
Macedonians,
get archers
ready.
to run down either flank
Missile
to start picking at enemy skirmishers on the walls.
cavalry! Spears!
And Thurio spears. Oh, I must have lost one of them. That stinks. I'd really like to have that other one,
Citizen
but I
cavalry.
don't. Do you have my mercenary Tarantine Cav?
Tarantine
Okay,
cavalry!
let's get things started.
Swords! Break
No real
the
reason to
line!
spend any more time on the deployment screen.
Who we meet in battle, we will
This
try
battle's gonna be what it
to
is.
honor the gods. Even if every foe had the strength of 1,000 men, it would mean nothing. Remember that, and make ready. Melee infantry at your
Okay,
command.
my general trying to make a rousing speech to his men.
General! Warriors of Macedon. Ready to ride. Understood.
Alright, let's go ahead and fast forward and get my men up to the walls.
Missiles
Get my
awaiting
archers in
orders.
range. I want to push back some of these Dacian skirmishers. My angle's not going to be the best.
Enemy sighted.
I'm going to scoot up just a little bit,
Double time.
see if it helps.
Hades can wait.
And my goal here is going to be to kill enemy skirmishers. So I'm going to target my archers on enemy skirmish units.
Archers.
What do they got here? Some mercenary Dacian bowmen. Don't think I've got the best angle on these guys. Let's see if we can take out the bowmen. Yeah, we're doing pretty good against the bowmen here.
Missile infantry.
And I'm probably not going to get a whole lot of kills against the Dacian heavy skirmishers while they're on the wall. They have excellent shields. But we're getting a few kills, so I'll take it.
Thorax swordsman. Double time. We await your command.
I'm going to go ahead and start moving up Thorax swords over here. I'm going to bring my general up as well.
Thorax swordsman. Macedonians ready.
Yeah, I just want to have more Thorax swords ready to go up the ladders as soon as my first wave is up. They're trying to burn my ladders here. It doesn't look like they'll be successful, I don't think. Possibly, but I don't think so.
Melee infantry ready. At the double.
And I want my general close enough to influence this fight.
General.
That ladder actually got quite a bit of
Swordsman.
ladder damage.
Swords. Royal Thorax swordsman. Thorax swordsman. Engage.
Alright, just gonna send the next waves up the ladder. I want to keep the pressure up.
Swords. Advance. Engage. Ready and waiting. Thorax swordsman. At your
These guys having a little bit of a pathfinding error here, which is unfortunately still a lot more common than some of us would like.
Double time! Vertus!
Our general is under attack.
Let's just bring these guys up here.
Swordsman!
Your orders.
Let's get my general up.
Yours to command.
Okay,
Infantry at your command.
let's change my archer's target just a little bit.
Fire on the enemy!
Once again, pathfinding errors. It's pretty annoying.
Swordsman!
That stuff was improved upon in patch 14, but still exists. Sometimes it's better than others. I almost wonder if it has more to do with the settlement itself, like the walls of the settlement. But so far, our attack on the walls is going well. This victory point back here doesn't look like it's going to be too bad to assault. I'm going to save my archer's ammo for that point in time, actually. Plus, I have my cavalry. My swordsmen are easily breaking into the city.
Taxis! Quick march! Spears!
I'm going to get my Thurio spears over here. Looks like my general's going to take the right ladder this time.
Spears! Advance!
And we've taken away the enemy gatehouse, so I can move up my archers and cav, I believe. Let's take these guys off skirmish and fire at will. Alright, so my swordsmen, looks like they're easily handling these enemy spears. I don't like being shot in the back by this tower, so I'm going to just pull that sword unit loose and go capture it while this one fills in combat. There we go. We should be about to capture the gatehouse. The AI put up a decent fight here. They had melee units and skirmish units, but just kind of had them outmatched here. Thurio spears, again, love this unit. They're like a super heavy peltist. They're great, or almost kind of like a mix of a light hoplite and a peltist. Almost can't go wrong with them. They're fantastic units. They hold out for quite a while in an infantry fight. They have a ton of javelins, which actually makes them useful against cavalry. Other than just their spear, they're good against cav. Let's actually save my javelins at this point. Same thing here. Yeah, so they're good against all those units, and they're actually pretty good against elephants because they have so many javelins, and their javelins are fairly long range for an infantry unit. So they have one spear unit that's shaken, still fighting. We'll go capture that tower. And it looks like we have some incoming mercenary Falksmen. That's not good because those units are good on the charge.
Advance at speed! Quick march!
We have captured a tower.
I'm going to brace for the charge, hopefully minimize some of the damage from these incoming Falksmen. Don't know if it'll happen. They held up short of me there, actually. Doesn't look like they got the best charge, so that's good for me.
Orders understood! Thorax swordsman!
Oh, well, there's some more units over here. Looks like some enemy spear units. So now that tower will actually do some extra damage to me.
Advance at speed.
Yeah, the enemy gatehouse is nearly in my control.
Thorax
That
swordsman!
tower's now in my control.
Enemy troops awaiting orders!
So it looks like my siege is going very successfully at the moment. Those Falksmen got destroyed because they didn't get a proper charge. Probably wouldn't have stood up well against thorax swords anyway. Oh, no, not second wind. Let's see if we can get rid of these guys a little quicker.
Hades can wait! Swords! Royal Thorax swordsman! Thessalian cavalry! In service of the people! Archers!
Okay.
Spears!
Alright.
Aye!
I think we're in a pretty good position here. I want to go over here and outflank these spears and then capture that archer tower. And then we'll march up here. There's another tower we're going to need to capture there. And then we can assault the victory point. Got enough time left, it looks like. Go out of formation attack here.
Await your command! At
Looks like this tower is already firing at me. Once I capture this point with the Thurio spears, I might send them up there to capture that tower and scout ahead.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Yes, it is. But they must still have a few troops left up here in the town center. Yeah, we've got everything captured. These spearmen are completely outflanked. See the infantry fighting that's going on over here. These the thorax swords are out of formation attack now. I don't really feel like I like running a formation attack from the rear. I like doing it from the front because it holds longer, and then from the rear you get I think a little bit better charge and outflanking if you're taking them out of formation attack. Those look like fairly well armored spearmen. But they are indeed getting cut down by my swordsmen, though putting up more of a fight than I expected. Heavy spears is one of them, the other one's just tribesmen. Okay, let's get my Thurio spears up here.
General!
Yeah, that heavy spear unit's the one putting up a good fight. The tribesmen not doing so great. They killed a lot more of my swordsmen than I expected right there. But, I mean, actually not really, because spears have become a little more threatening in this patch. Ooh, it's a mercenary Falx unit. Plus it's going to have a downhill charge. Let's go ahead and send our guys forward. Looks like we can take an alternate path over here as well. I want to finish off all these Dacian tribesmen. Looks like they are gone at this point, and let's take a bunch of our swords and head this way. Yeah, let's take a couple of swords and go up front, as well as our general. And the Falxmen came down. I'm going to try and go into a square formation. I'll try to boost the morale of my men. I did not do it in time to avoid their charge, so the enemy is going to get a lot of kills on me there. In fact, those Thurio spears just need to retreat.
Swordsmen! At speed! Orders! Understood!
I'm gonna try and pull them back.
Understood! Orders! Those ranks!
I put them into rapid advance so that hopefully I can run away a little quicker. And sure enough, they appear to be running away quicker. We'll see if we can lure those enemy units back into my waiting sword wall here. Good. Alright, Thurio spears are to safety. Now these guys ought to get handled. I'm going to take these guys out of formation and try and get a little bit better position here. Make this fight go quicker.
Forward! Ready for orders! At the double! Commander!
I'm going to try and drop some scaring abilities on these enemy units here. Try and scare them out of the fight. What do we got here? Heavy spear unit.
Swords! Telos! Double time! Your orders! Taxiarchos!
I'll take those heavy spears. Spears, spears, spears. Lots of spears. Let's take a couple of these units around this way. Yeah, we got a lot of enemy spears still up here in the town center, so we're gonna need to break through these units over here. One of these is the captain for the defending force in the town, and these guys are getting cut down pretty nicely. But I mean, they're putting up a good fight. Let's see if we can use the whip here. Try and cut these guys down a little bit quicker. Need my archers and cav to be able to get through this gap. Oh wow! Just got YOLO charged over here by the AI. And those heavy spears are actually going to last for a really long time on top of that hill. I really need to break through over here. Come on. That tower's taking its toll on me too. Those heavy spears have got to go. Let's see if I can get a few archer shots in on them. I gotta get over here and help those swordsmen. They're getting cut to bits. They got kind of surrounded over here. Okay. My archers did help get rid of these guys. I guess I should have done that sooner. Which means I'm going to go ahead and give a move order up here to... Well, actually, let's send my Thurio spears to capture the tower. And these swordsmen, I need you up the hill as quick as possible into the capture point. And then let's get my cavalry up that way as well. Alright. So my men over here, still up against a heavy spear unit. And I've got sword reinforcements coming this direction as well. But yeah, I threw that sword unit in a little too soon. Should have run away from that. And it got mobbed by all the enemy units there. Wow, there's freaking more spearmen up here. I'm gonna see if I can just pull my cav through. Gonna be kind of damaging, but yeah, my cav is probably gonna make it through. It's gonna be a little bit costly, but I feel like it'll be worth it. They're just turning around a noble horseman and more spears. So actually I'm going to have to pull my cav this way. Maybe get into the back of those spearmen and see if we can knock them out a little quicker.
An entire unit has perished.
Can't seem to get this unit spread out into an appropriate formation. Wow, my guys are getting beat down in several sectors now.
We have captured a tower.
Started off pretty good for me, but it's getting trickier because I can't seem to break through and get behind the enemy, so my men just have to sit there and fight down all of these heavy spearmen. And it doesn't exactly go the way that I would like it to. Over here, though, we are getting some waver on these spears. Let's see if we can use the fear, knock those guys out a little quicker. And then my swordsman over here ought to do a lot better because I've got better positioning. So I think we can actually turn that fight.
Infantry. Macedon. Thessalian cavalry.
Die already.
General.
Good grief.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Wow, these guys are really holding up.
By your command.
Yeah, they've managed to rout more of my swordsmen over here. Just by sheer weight of numbers. So there was a lot more of their troops left than I thought. I'm going to leave these archers here. And as soon as this group of... Well, actually, I might go ahead and start firing at that group of guys there. Trying to get my cavalry through up here. Alright.
Swordsmen at speed.
What are you waiting?
Get some units up to the top of this hill.
Thessalians.
Alright, my cavalry can actually maneuver now, and my archers are getting nice shots into this blob of men up here on top of the hill, so I should be getting some free kills, but I am going to lose another sword unit. Over here, the fight goes better for me. And then up by the town center, I'm going to finally get in here where I'd like to be.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Advance at speed. Thessalian cavalry.
Alright, so I've got my general, which is a shield bearer, into these enemy noble horsemen, which have used their trample charge but didn't really get a charge. So my shield bearers ought to cut those guys down handily. There's enemy spear horsemen back here we're going to need to deal with real quick. Shouldn't take long. They're horribly outnumbered by my cav.
Swords.
Okay, this is causing the enemy troops to rout now. So it looks like we've finally broken them. So a pretty sturdy effort from the AI here, actually. I like how they defended the walls and then kind of had different choke points held up. I mean, it wasn't actually a bad job of defending the map. I was a little too hasty in the way that I attacked, which definitely helped them. But still, not a bad job by the AI here. Somewhat impressive, all things considered. Let's watch my guys chasing down a few of these routing men. Nice sunlight in the background. Looks like the enemy general is one of the last remaining units, fighting down to 17 men. And counting. That is a strong horse unit, though, a noble horse. And it's one of the shock cav versions that the Gate have in multiplayer, so definitely a worthy unit. So wow, tough battle from the AI there. I had to retrain my thorax swords, which shouldn't be a problem. I'm building the right buildings in the province before then. This episode actually turned out kind of long. Hope you all enjoyed it, though. So no multiplayer today, though. I do have 2 more good matches coming up soon, probably tomorrow. But if you all enjoy the campaign, I wanted to get you caught back up because I was trying to do one of these every day and I missed a day. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. I am going to go ahead and occupy and save my game. But Heir of Carthage, signing off for now.